Hello, solo travelers, and welcome to another episode right here on your channel, The Solo Traveler. Thank you all for your support and for watching. And today's video, I'm going to go over global entry. So if you're looking into applying for global entry, you definitely came to the right place. I'm going to go over all the information you need, where to apply, the costs, and the rest of the process. So to make sure, by the way, that I don't overlook any information, I have some notes here on my screen, so let's get to it. But first, what is global entry? Global entry is a U.S. Customs and Border Protection program that allows expedited clearance for pre-approved, low-risk travelers upon arrival in the United States. It requires a one-time application fee, a background check, and an in-person interview. As a member of Global Entry, you'll receive expedited security clearance not only through customs, but also through the TSA Pre-check lanes at participating airports. So, to begin, you need to take the following steps. Number one, you have to create a Trusted Traveler Programs account. Second, you have to log into that account and complete the online application. I left a link that takes you straight to that page in the description below. Then, once you complete that application, you'll pay the membership fee. This membership is valid for 5 years. The entire process can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Mine, I believe it took about three weeks. So it was fairly quickly. So once you do all that, if everything goes as planned, you'll get a conditional approval, not a regular approval, okay? Conditional approval. And once you get this conditional approval, that's when you schedule your interview at a Global Entry Enrollment Center. If by any chance you don't have an enrollment center nearby, you can instead opt to complete your enrollment on arrival at over 65 participating domestic and international airports. You'll see the signs as soon as, especially if you're coming from an international destination, you'll see the sign, complete your interview here. So they want to help you through that, and you can't miss it. I've seen it. You'll see it. You'll see it also. If not, then you can ask, but you'll definitely see it. So the advantage of doing the enrollment on arrival is that this allows you to do your interview and finalize your enrollment on site when you arrive, therefore killing two birds with one stone. If by any chance you decide to attend your interview at an enrollment center, just make sure to bring your passport and one other form of ID, like your driver's license. I mean, you do have to bring your ID anyways, regardless of whether you do it at an enrollment center or on arrival, okay? But either way, you have your fingerprints taken at that interview. Once you receive the regular once you're approved, you'll receive what is a known traveler number, or KTN. You'll receive that immediately, right on the spot after your interview is completed. I'm sorry. While your global entry ID takes about 2 weeks. So you get your ID about 2 weeks after your approval. Just don't forget to activate your ID within 30 days of receiving it. Okay, just make sure you do that. Now, this is what an ID looks like. I cover some personal information. I think you all can see my picture. But this one, this is what you get 2 weeks later. And basically, you don't ever need it when you arrive from an international destination, because it just scans your face. They have these kiosks that all they do is scan your face and that's it. But I have it with me anyways. I always have it with me in my passport. Those two in my bag. So anyways, just don't forget to activate it within after you receive it within 30 days. So the good thing is that once you're approved at the interview, you can start. You're gonna get a KTN number. This is the known traveler number, and you can add that to reservations, airline and airline reservations, and the airline loyalty program, so that when you print your boarding pass, or if you have your boarding pass on an app, it's going to have the TSA Pre stamp on it, so that you can use the TSA Pre lanes immediately. Okay. Let's go over some notes here that I want to cover, just so I make sure I turn every stone. I don't want to leave you all wondering. The global entry is for U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, and selected foreign nationals only. The other thing to keep in mind is that you cannot have any criminal convictions at all. Okay, so, but let's say you have a speeding ticket. Don't worry about it. No biggity. But if you've been in jail, you've been in court, and charges were not dropped, sorry, but more than likely you won't get approved. So therefore you lose your money, the application fee you paid. The cost is $100, okay, for the application. This includes TSA Pre. In my opinion, it makes sense to get global entry because it includes TSA Pre, and TSA Pre alone costs $78. Okay, so I mean, for $22 difference, yeah, I'm gonna do global entry and get TSA Pre included with it. You know, that's like you getting TSA Pre for $22 basically, compared to $78 when you decide to do global entry. And so TSA Pre is basically a program to get through TSA faster, and meaning no taking your shoes off, no laptops out of your bag. So basically you don't have to strip down, but the bottom line is how much faster it is getting through security. Believe me, this is helpful when you're running late and you're about to miss your flight. Trust me on this. I've had some close calls. If it had not been for TSA Pre, I would have been in trouble. All right. So speaking of costs, let's talk about cost. But the other thing I want to talk about is that there are some credit cards that will cover the application fee. You heard me right. I have a Amex Platinum, and they cover the fee for me, and will do so every 4 years. So when I renew it, Amex got me covered. So you could get that. I know through Amex Platinum is every 4 years. I also left a link with other credit cards that can cover this fee for you. To get the reimbursement, make sure you pay through the official website, not a third party. Don't pay anybody else that helped you complete this application. I don't recommend you have somebody help you, but bottom line is to get the credit, to get the $100 credit on your statement, you have to pay with that particular credit card through the official website. Okay, don't forget. The other thing is that kids are not included. Every child or minor must have their own membership. And again, membership is valid for 5 years. Then you have to basically renew. Another big question is, what happens if you get declined? If your global entry application was denied, you may be provided with a written explanation for the decision. You may request reconsideration through the Trusted Traveler Program website by including the following: the date and denial, the date of denial and the reason. This is again the decision you get from the global entry program. Any information to clarify a record or explain an incident or arrest. Okay. Also, you may want to include a court disposition documentation for all arrests and or convictions, even if they have been expunged. And basically, you want to include other documentation relating to your request. Okay, that's it. That is if you get denied. Hopefully not, but you never know. So the other big question is global entry worth it? Hell yes. Absolutely, it is worth it. I can tell you the hours and hours I have saved by having global entry. And I look over to where the customs, the immigration line, sometimes you know they're going to be there for 2 hours. And I have not spent, I kid you not, I have not spent more than 8 minutes in customs because of global entry. To me, it is definitely worth it, especially if you travel internationally a lot. So give it some thought and go ahead and apply. That'll be it for this video. I just hope that it was helpful. If you have any other questions or I miss anything, please use the comment section and let me know. I answer all the questions. And if you have any other tips, any other suggestions, anything, just use the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you all. And as always, safe travels, my friend.